Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Melina Landrio, and I want to thank you all for sharing space with me today. It's been a little while. I'm happy to be back. It's been a really very busy, exciting, wonderful time for my family this past month and a bit. I got married, so I'm now Mrs. And we had a little ceremony, just us and our kids, and it was quite beautiful. It was very busy. We organized it within a month's time, so it was very rapid. And in the process of doing photography for this occasion, we did photos outside, and it was cold, and we all got a little bit of a tickle in our throat. So I did lose my voice for a few days earlier this week when I received a channel that I wanted to share. I couldn't share because my voice was definitely not working. And I guess the tail end of a cold maybe is starting or is fixing its way out with me as well. So bear with me. I might have to pause the video a couple times to cough, grab a sip of water or something like that. But I'm going to try my best to stay focused on the reading and not to veer too much away from it. So I'm happy to be back, and I'm glad to see you all here. Thank you again for sharing space with me and waiting on me patiently. So I got this visual. What I was showed was, it was like I was seeing through my eyes, through my perception. It was almost as though I was lying in maybe a grave, like a dug hole. And it appeared like a wooded area. And there was a man standing over me with a plank of wood. And Spirit requested that I drew this man. Now, my artistic skills are not the greatest, but they are what they are. I think they're pretty good for someone who hasn't had much training. But bear with me. This is not necessarily what I saw, but the best of my ability, with my artistic ability, what I saw. What really stood out to me was the shape of the wood that the man was holding, as well as his nose was pretty predominant. He had very large nostrils. He had very wavy, like he had kind of messy mid-length hair. And it was maybe the angle that he was standing over me, because I was looking up his nose, that made me see his nose the most. So his nose is really enhanced in this picture for that reason. But yeah, this is what I saw. And so this is the man that I saw, and he was standing over me, like he had to put his foot down on one side, so it was like I was in a hole. And I almost felt like I was smaller, like maybe I was a young child or a smaller framed person. And it was like they were covering me up to hide me. And so that's what I received on the 27th. So I will show that up again if you want to take a good look, if this is resonating with you for whatever way. So I decided to also pull cards during that time. Remember, I didn't have a voice, but I wrote down the main three cards, the first three base cards that I pulled on this. Pardon me. And what I got was the Knight of Cups to start the reading. And this is the man that's holding the wood, is what I was understanding. I essentially asked, who is this man with the wood? And so this is what I got. Knight of Cups came out right away. And when I was looking at this Knight of Cups, outside my home at that time got extremely windy. Like, so all of a sudden this wind picked up and the branches were whipping my window. And as I looked up, like as I opened my books, I was going to look in my book at the meanings and descriptions to see, because I don't normally use these cards, see if they're different from the usual, which usually they are. And what really came up was the Four of Cups, which is about emotional detachment and like a disappointment. So there was some sort of emotional detachment and disappointment that this Knight of Cups was experiencing. It was almost like they had this lack of interest or lack of concern for whomever this is in this hole that they have dug. But what I also got after the Knight of Cups was the Nine of Pentacles. And this is like essentially something to build upon. This is like it's material comfort. It's being self-sufficient. There's something about this Nine of Pentacles that created this enthusiasm in this Knight of Cups. So again, they were very detached emotionally. They weren't really connected to whomever this was, but there was a circumstance, this Nine of Pentacles, that circulated this being, this person, this child, this small framed person that was in a hole that he was covering up. There was some sort of interest of concern, but regarding this Nine of Pentacles. Okay? So that's what I received. Was whatever they thought about the Nine of Pentacles in regards to this person, they got a bit of enthusiasm. It made them want to push through something. I don't know. So then the third section of cards, which is usually just one card, 3 cards flew out. And the 3 cards were the Five of Swords, followed by the 8 of Cups, as well as the Page of Cups. Okay? And so the Five of Swords is about betrayal. It was like a rising of betrayal is what it felt like when I was pulling these cards. And this is about betrayal. It's rising from defeat, and it's kind of normalizing the conflict. So there was something that occurred that was conflicting. It felt very, it feels very agitated, the energy, like a fight, an unexpected fight, perhaps. Like it was like all of a sudden something pounced up that created conflict. And whatever this betrayal was, so this person, this Knight of Cups, betrayed somebody. And this betrayal all of a sudden was met with this Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is like discovering something, like it's self-discovery. So they discovered something through this betrayal. And the Eight of Cups, okay, is it's like through this self-discovery, it was like there was some sort of betrayal that happened, and all of a sudden, like maybe there was some sort of like nefarious thing that occurred, okay? And the energy feels like something like freaking crazy just happened. And all of a sudden there's like a panic, and it's like having to like maybe like rummage around. And while that rummaging around was occurring, which is the self-discovery, like they're looking around, they're trying to discover something. Through this action, whatever they're looking for, whatever it was that came up to their mind, they realized there was a Page of Cups. And this is an emotional child. So something happened that regards an emotional child, and this could be whom I was perceiving in this grave. It felt like a grave. It felt like someone dug a grave or a hole and put somebody in it and covered them up. And it could very well be this child. It's crazy, I know. But this is what I received that day when I pulled these cards. Now, I didn't have a lot of time. I also lost my voice. It was very busy. But as I was shuffling to try to go a little further, my cards were all facing, you know, the normal way that they would face, right? So I'm like shuffling them. But there was one card that was facing the opposing the cards, and that card I decided to take as the next card, and then I stopped it there. And that card was the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is all about clarity and truth. And it's also about some sort of like victory. So I left it there. And my family, some of my children got a bit sick with the cold. I'm the tail end of it right now. And last night, I had an interesting awareness that came into my mind, which I feel doesn't really have anything to do with this, but also is like maybe a blessing in disguise, because I became aware of a spiritual person in my peripheral awareness, my energetic awareness. And I wasn't conflicted that they were here. Like, I don't really know this person. I know of them. I don't know them. I admire them. I appreciate the value that they offer to this world. They are, to me, I've perceived them as a very kind and genuine human being. I don't know them. My perception of them is that. And I know this person does prayers. Like, this person prays for people, particularly people of a particular collective that they have, and or people who request prayers of them. I've never requested a prayer of them, but I feel like I became an awareness to them yesterday, because all of a sudden they were here in my peripheral, and I was aware of them, and I said hi. And then when I just gauged the energy, I got the sense that they were just checking in, and there was nothing malevolent about it. They left. So somebody praying for solution, praying for truth, praying for something to be revealed, something to be lifted. This, like, it was almost like it was almost like the perception that I received was almost like this prayer created this veil to be lifted, this covering, this mask. Something was lifted that is creating some sort of standstill energy, this sluggish embodiment of like low vibrational energy, like that just can't break through, can't get a break, can't witness the truth of something. And this person that's praying on someone's behalf, or for a group of people, or for a circumstance, a dynamic, whatever it is, there's somebody in this situation here, this situation that could be relevant to somebody in my viewers. So one of you might be finding this of relevancy, what I'm saying. There's somebody praying for the outcome to be retrieved and the truth of it. Okay? And that's the truth. That's the Ace of Swords, because it was going against the grain of. It's like somebody's prayers are powerful. Like, everybody can pray. We can all pray, but who are you praying to? There's somebody that prays to God, and they, in the name of Jesus Christ, they utilize that power. They understand their authority in Jesus Christ, and they utilize their authority in Jesus Christ's name and that power to intercede in prayer on behalf of desolate circumstances that are intrusive, circumstances that somebody could have a stutter, circumstances that embody the complete opposite of the truth. And this prayer is relevant. This awareness that came to me of this particular individual is very relevant, because this, I think, is what's happened. There's been so many powerful prayers placed out in regards to whatever the circumstances that I'm picking up or that I'm being showed by my celestial and galactic family. They are showing me this download for a reason. I'm being seen. I'm being showed this particular scenario for a reason, because it's going to resonate with somebody who watches this video. I don't love getting these types of messages, but I am trusted with them, and I'm going to abide by them and share them with you. So, I mean, if you're not liking my messages, you don't have to watch them. You could just go on to the next video and, you know, find something more relevant for you. But for somebody here, this is a very important message. Now, because I lost my voice and I wasn't able to do anything for the past week because my kids are sick or whatnot, that time of year, last night after this happened, all of a sudden, like, it's like channel galore came throughout the night. So I saw 144. I saw 244 last night. And so in the morning, early in the morning. And then on this afternoon, I saw 344 and 444. So these are relevant numbers to whomever. This could, if you're seeing these numbers, this message might be relevant to you. The song, I think it's the song from Cheers. I don't know if you guys know that show. It was, I don't know the lyrics. I'm just going to sing what I pretty much was getting. It's like, everywhere you look, there's a place where somebody will greet you. Everywhere you look, somebody will need you. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a place, and you're all alone. There's somebody there to carry you home. Everywhere you look, everywhere. So these are the lyrics I was getting, and I didn't look it up to see if those were the actual lyrics. Maybe some of them are, but I don't think they are all the lyrics. Maybe. But that's relevant. That song kept playing over and over, and I was like, oh, what's this song? And then I saw, as I was hearing that song, or got the awareness that there was something about a dam, like a beaver dam, something relevant about a dam. And because I was seeing a wooded area, I started getting a visual of a wooded area. I realized Spirit was showing me furthering the message that I was trying to do a week ago. So they were like, hey, let's keep going. We got to keep going with this message. So I have this here for you today. So I started getting these visions and thoughts about going into the woods. And it was like I was trying to disguise myself as like nature around me. Like the textiles and the textures of the woods was very relevant. Like I started to see, at some point I was seeing like maybe animal skins. Like I was thinking I was like disguising myself as a woods, but then I started to see like feathers or fur and black, like a smoother fur, and then like a bit of a rougher fur, like a gray fur. Something is relevant about these types of colors. So when I was going through the woods thinking that I was disguising myself as the trees, and then I started to see these different textiles. Like what I was thinking was I was going to be like hiding in the trees, but then I was like, the energy just made me very aware that it was like almost like a predatory energy. It's 8:18 and my left ear is ringing. So yeah, there could be some sort of predatory energy on the loose, I heard. And it was like animal skins were very relevant to this. And it was like my face was very close to the skin in this vision. And it was like black. And like I remember the dam, I was being showed the dam, and I thought like, is it like a beaver tail? I don't know if it was a beaver that I was seeing the skin, but I feel like it was a small eyeball of an animal that I was seeing. It wasn't a big animal. So it was like predatory. I don't think it's like a coyote either. Like, I don't know. Anyways, my face was very close to the animal skins. And then the visual I received from Spirit was that it was nighttime. It was very dark. I was in this wooded area. And then it was something about this dam kept coming up. So I kept thinking, like, I saw these animal skins, I saw this eyeball, and the beaver came to my mind because of the dam at 2:09. So this is all around 2:09 in the morning. As I paused my recording at 2:09 in the morning, I looked at my clock to see the time, and it was 2:09 in the morning. So I feel like there's a relevancy to the time frame, early morning. And Spirit kept showing me this animal eye, this looking at me. Or me being able to see this animal eye. And it just kept flowing into my awareness. And I was like, okay. And what I feel like Spirit wanted me to connect or tap into was the training that I once received with different perceptions of consciousness when I was training to be a shamanic practitioner. This is the reminder that I was getting, was like the understandings of the types of consciousnesses that you can work with. Like, just as not even just being a shamanic practitioner, we all understand consciousness. We have different consciousnesses. And in particular with this channel, with what I'm being showed, it's like a perceptual type of consciousness. And it's particularly through animals. So it's gaining some sort of consciousness, a perceptual reality of sight through animal totems is what was becoming very relevant to me. And particularly predatory or scavenger type animals is the energy. Just the way the energy feels makes me think that. So essentially what it is, it's a way of viewing reality from a differing perception. So animal totems, like, this is a spiritual perception of a viewpoint, and it's not necessarily physical. Although you can connect through various totems to receive information of that type of relevancy, dependent on what it is that you're trying to retrieve or aim to understand for whatever the purpose is that you're utilizing this type of ability. This is an ability of a gift to be able to perceive this way. So in this particular instance, I'm sorry, guys, the particular animal that embodies the specific trait is very relevant. So something to do with textures or textiles, this is very relevant. And this is like maybe breaking into or breaking down of the textures or textiles of like a scenario or a circumstance. Or perhaps the beaver is relevant here, because beavers embody usually, like, a beaver will build a dam, and that's usually the solution to like an overflow of water, right? There's a solution there. They construct it so that doesn't occur. So they definitely find solutions in the atmosphere and the environments to create dryness where there would be a leak. That could be relevant. So the animal eye that I was seeing it's definitely of a small animal. Also the understanding that there's a full moon, I believe. Maybe it's tonight or tomorrow, or if there's one soon. Maybe we just passed it. I'm not sure, but I know there's full moon energy right now going on, because I feel like I'm entering into a full moon. So it's December the 2nd, so maybe it's in a couple of days. And what I'm understanding is, with this full moon coming in, this person, this Knight of Cups that is coming up in this understanding, in this very disconnected Knight of Cups that's in an emotional situation right now because of some sort of fright that they received in regards to their surroundings that they didn't realize was there, to do with the Page of Cups. What I think is happening is that maybe they're utilizing the full moon energy and this method of transportation for understanding energetics, like this method, this viewpoint, spying essentially. Like, this is the type of a spiritual gift that's supposed to be utilized in a professional manner, but whomever I am speaking about right now is not doing this. Like, this is not how they're using this. They're using this invasively to gain some sort of access, understanding. It's very much frowned upon by the divine, this type of connection, because it's not allocated, it's not requested, there's no consent This is invasive energy. It's definitely panicked and it's definitely low vibrational, is what I'm understanding in regards to this circumstance. So let me just remove that. Now I'm going to pull some more cards to go on top of the Knight of Cups scenario that I did pull out. And I just want to get my pen out to write out. It helps me keep track of the message to write the points down. Okay. I am actually doing pretty good considering. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope that, I mean, it's winter here in Ottawa. I don't know what it's like where you guys are, but I hope you're getting into the Christmas spirit. I definitely am enjoying this time of year. It's usually my favorite time of year. I love the Christmas season. So maybe that's something that you are up to right now. I want to know furthermore, please, Spirit, on this Knight of Cups energy that you're bringing into my awareness. Give me a second here. Thank you. Sorry about that. Okay. So, Spirit, please elaborate further on this Knight of Cups energy. What do you want me to know? What do you want the collective to know about this particular individual and this particular Page of Cups scenario, which I am believing is perhaps a young child that this Knight of Cups became aware of? What do I need to know about this circumstance, please, that you showed me? Okay, so we have a Seven of Pentacles here. So this lands right underneath the Knight of Cups. And the Seven of Pentacles is usually about some form of understanding to build upon. So it could be... Oh, one second here, I gotta move. The Queen of Cups landed underneath. I had to pause it to get to the card. Of course, I'm starting to cough now. Okay. So we have the Seven of Pentacles, which it's like, it can be like hard work. It can be like the patience and virtue of your hard work and waiting for it to arrive, like to create something, like investing in yourself, creating something. And so I feel like this Knight of Cups is looking at this in the past. He's looked at a particular individual as a way of preservation. With the Nine of Pentacles falling and then the Queen of Cups falling after that. This is somebody who's emotionally mature. This is somebody who is intuitive. They're very compassionate. So there could have been some sort of person in their life, Queen of Cups, that they were... that was in their energy. The Queen of Cups being the mother of the Page of Cups, perhaps. I'm getting that sense. So it could be a mother and child scenario here. And there's some sort of preservation with the Seven of Cups that this Knight of Cups discovered. Now, they were emotionally detached from this Queen of Cups energy. The Queen of Cups energy landing underneath the Nine of Pentacles. This awareness of the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles being something to build upon. Something that you can manifest with. It's a material. It's some sort of comfort that you can gain. So this Queen of Cups perhaps was gaining something. Something that this Knight of Cups became aware of. And because of that, they looked at it as a route of preservation. Feels a little bit like energy harvesting, to be honest with you. Oh. And we have the Three of Wands that just nonchalantly threw out and landed on the Seven of Pentacles as the future energy. The Three of Wands. Let me look this one here. Where are you? it's usually like, yeah. Whatever this Queen of Cups was coming into, she was coming into some form of material growth, stability that would help her become self-sufficient. There was something that was coming in for her to build upon. This is a Three of Wands energy. This is the future energy. And this is the betrayal. She may have divulged this information into this Knight of Cups. Could have been a passing. I heard the word passing. Could have been the passing of somebody. Because the Three of Wands is about growth. It's about expansion. And it's also about progress. The ability to progress through something. We have the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So it very well can be a relationship. Could have been the passing of a loved one. Maybe an inheritance. Ooh, the cards are just flying out. And then we have the Hermit. Introspection, going within. And this could also be the perceptual states that I was speaking about. Because this is also landing as the current of the energy, which is definitely relatable to the Knight of Cups energy. So the Hermit is, they went and took it upon themselves to reflect upon this information. And maybe they used some sort of a perceptual state to gain access to the textiles, the textures of a development of this particular Queen of Cups energy. This is coming up as the Hermit. Something that they can build upon. How could they build upon the Beaver being very significant as well? A dam, placing a block of this flow of emotional energy. This is an emotional energy. It could be a passing of somebody. I feel like it is. Somebody passed away. This Queen of Cups was inheriting some money or something of value. And this Knight of Cups gained access to that understanding by utilizing perceptual states through various types of animals, scavenger type animals, predator type animals, but also a beaver could be significant. Like I said, a beaver is finding the solutions, water being an emotional flow. The Three of Wands, notice the tree, stick energy, the beaver creating a dam with sticks. You could burn sticks into a fire. You can make a wand with a stick. So very much could be a blockage of some sort. This person created some sort of blockage for this Queen of Cups energy. This Queen of Cups could be you. Could be somebody you know. I have the Three of Swords that came in reverse. And I also had another card that wanted to follow with it, which is the Ten of Swords. Okay. So there's a death here. These cards don't normally come out in the reverse, but that one just came out in the reverse. All the cards are going one way. But that card was, again, going against the grain, like the Ace of Swords was the last time I was doing it. So the Three of Swords is something that caused heartache, but that heartache wasn't received. And then there's this Ten of Swords. It was like the way the card fell, it landed in reverse on top of the Queen of Swords. This is in the environment. Okay, this card. And because this one wanted to come out with it, I'm taking it. And that's the Ten of Swords. And the two of them together, let me just verify here. Yeah, I feel like it was taking away, like maybe they came forward to offer some form of consoling energy. So maybe this is somebody she knew. This Knight of Cups energy could be relevant to this Queen of Cups. This is somebody she knew. I heard the name Claire. I think the name Claire. Okay, so maybe that's the Queen of Cups, this person. This Knight of Cups knows this Queen of Cups energy. There's somebody familiar to them, somebody that they trust, and they let them in to come in to help console them, to help take away their grief, to help take away their pain, their heartache. They were going through a heartache. But the Ten of Swords is essentially ending pain, transformation. But to me, it was almost like ulterior motive. The way the card wanted to fall out. Because the Three of Swords landed upside down on the Queen of Swords. Like, just gracefully landed there. Like, oh, I'm gracefully here to help you. I'm going to come in and help you. I am a knight that's really good with emotions. And you trust me. So I'm going to come in and help you. But then, nonchalantly behind them, they had this, I'm going to end something for you. So it could be a literal death. It feels like it could be a literal death that occurred. I'm not sure. I'm also hearing the name Grace. A fall from grace. An awareness. A fall from grace. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. And then we have the Five of Cups energy. This is sitting in the future positioning. Oh, sorry. Not the future. This is in the emotions. So this is a Five of Cups energy. This is very emotional energy. And this is landing underneath the Five of Swords. The betrayal energy. The conflict that came up, that all of a sudden came within that betrayal. The betrayal being the storm of the Ten of Swords coming in. The betrayal being the understanding of a Knight of Pentacles and coming in to retrieve that in some way, shape, or form. Again, energy harvesting is sounding very in line with what the energy feels like. The Five of Cups being a salty energy. This is in the emotions. This is underneath the Three of Wands. This is underneath the ability to be able to grow and achieve, to gain access to that Seven of Pentacles energy, that Nine of Pentacles energy. All of a sudden, right, when you're trying to get some sort of word out, I mean, I know I have a bit of a cold and I have a bit of a cough, but it's like, as I'm getting the big chunk of it out now, I'm starting to cough. Not by fluke. Okay, so the Three of Wands being that transformative energy, like where you see the Seven of Pentacles, the investment, something coming into fruition, some sort of like change of fate, it feels like. And it feels like somebody could have passed. There was a passing. And somebody went in invasively. They got information from this person. They knew this person. This is somebody who knows this person. This is somebody close. And they got information from this person about this Knight of Pentacles, about this passing. And this person trusted this Knight of Cups. They trusted them to give them that access. So this is somebody close. Could be a relative. Could be an ex, like an ex-lover. Then we have the Three of Wands, which is essentially the cultivation of it all, like the transpiring of what can happen. But it's being met beneath the Five of Swords energy, which is that fight, like that person, like let's say they went in, there was a fight. Let's say there was a death that occurred. And then all of a sudden there was a discovery that there was somebody else, or could have been a child in the home. They didn't expect that. Or they were looking for them. Maybe they did know. And now they have the Five of Cups energy. There's this emotional disregard here. Hold on. Sorry about that. So then we have the Five of Cups, which is in the emotions. So this is landing underneath the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands all about growth, expansion, and progress. So they thought that they were growing, expanding, and progressing through whatever this information was that they received from the Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Cups, sorry. They went into hermit mode, which could be perceptual states in regards to this particular channel and download. Because of their close connection to this Queen of Cups, they went in with the Three of Swords in reverse. The understanding that they were going to help alleviate some sort of pain, some sort of heartache, help them with some sort of process. The Ten of Swords, though, being a death. Could be an ending of some sort, the ending of their pain, the ending of their suffering. I feel like something went completely wrong here, and this landed them in the Five of Cups, which this is about disappointment. This is the loss. This is sadness, and they're in their emotions about this right now because something didn't go as planned. And then we have the Six of Swords, which is the outcome energy, and the Six of Swords is about smooth sailing. It's about getting away with a clear slate. Let me see here. This is like a transition of some sort. A journey. Give me one more for this. Clarify this card, please. Sorry, I'm getting something here. I just want to ensure. Just get a different deck to clarify with. Sorry, guys. I was hoping my cough would remain at bay for the majority of this reading, at least. Clarify the Six of Swords, please, as the outcome of this message. Some sort of transformation, some sort of journey. Knight of Cups, getting away, journeying. He thinks he got away with it. What did he get away with? An exchange. Two of Pentacles. What else? Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. So a Knight of Cups, a Two of Pentacles, and a Queen of Wands. Something about transition, transformation, journeying away. Prayers are interceding. They're not getting away with this. I don't know what that means. This exchange is plural. So maybe this is the meaning of the Queen of Wands in cahoots with the Knight of Cups. Let's look up the Knight of Cups, Queen of Wands in this deck here. Someone capable of original advice, a shrewd partner. Their interest is in wealth and success in business. This could be a business partner of some sort. And then we have the Cups energy, which is a lover, I think. Yeah. A lover, a person of passion, charisma, of arrogance, arrival, approach, advancements, plans, self-control, invitations, encouragement. So this could be some sort of relationship, business or platonic, I don't know, but some sort of exchange was had. The Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is fraudulency. Yeah, that's what I was getting. With the Two of Pentacles, there's some sort of written message that's going to be surfacing. Like, this was done for fun. This is like some sort of, these two people come into cahoots. They do this for fun. Like, they go and they look for people and they take from people. This is nothing new for them, and they've gotten away with it before in the past, but they're not getting away with it this time around. This is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles, it's like they're having fun. They think this is so great. They're going to be gaining some sort of access from it. But the written messages between them, the dialogue between them is surfacing. That's going to become an obstacle for them. That's also an agitator in this mix. And it's causing worry and fraud. Emotions, the Five of Cups. They're disappointed because it didn't work. They thought they were smooth sailing. They thought they were going to get away with it again, but they're not. That's what I was getting. Some sort of fraudulent energy. Not the first time they've done this. It feels very invasive. It feels like not above, like not in line with order, universal law. Like it's not in alignment with it. And yeah, something to do with this man in a plank of wood, covering up a body, a child, hiding a child, or a small woman, smaller framed person. Could be a Queen of Cups energy. And that's all I got for you. So today is December the 2nd. This sketch was channeled on November the 27th. I think I got it on the 26th, but I drew it on the 27th. Anyhow, I hope this message was helpful. Until next time, guys, take care.